Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. Welcome to my channel, Sai Homeschool. I'm here to make chemistry simple, interesting, and easy to understand. So please like, share, and subscribe for more updates. So today's session is about first chapter of your chemistry, chemical reactions and equations. It is very important to understand the other chapters in class 10 chemistry. So in this chapter, we will discuss. So main important things is what is chemical equation, what is chemical reaction, then balancing chemical equations. So balancing chemical equations is very important. Most of the questions will be come from this. Then types of chemical reaction for your board exam. Major questions will be get it from this types of chemical reactions. Here you will study four types of chemical reactions under this section. Then oxidation, reduction and redox reaction, and simple thing it is corrosion. So let us start chemical reactions. What is chemical reaction or define chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is nothing but chemical change in which the identity of the substance it should be changed. That is what if we take iron, here if you take iron, that you should expose into the humid atmosphere, means you keep it sometime outside. So what it will become, you should observe, that is chemical reaction. So for that chemical reactions, we will write in a simple way or short way by equations, that is called chemical equations. So that is chemical equation is nothing but short way of representing a chemical reaction. How it will be takes place, we'll see under this chapter. So here, if you take iron tawa and if you left exposed to humid atmosphere, what will happen? It will get rust. So then grapes get fermented. It is also one changes it will be occur. That is chemical reactions. So few it may be chemical changes, how it will be occur, we'll see by taking one example. That is here you have to take magnesium ribbon. If you take a magnesium ribbon here, you have to burn. So hold it with a tongue and you have to start burning the magnesium ribbon. So here, see if you observe the picture, here you take a magnesium ribbon, then you have to expose here, you have to burn. So here if you observe that, what is happening? Here some white powder. So white powder, you should be collect it in a some watch glass. So this will be call it as magnesium oxide, means magnesium. What is happening here? It is chemical changes, how it will be occur. See here, magnesium ribbon burns with the flame. The changes it will be into a white powder. So you are observing this picture. It is a white powder you are collecting in the watch glass. That is magnesium oxide. It is formed due to the reaction between magnesium and oxygen in the presence of air. While you are burning this magnesium ribbon, it will be exposed to the atmosphere. So means it will be react with the oxygen. It forms a magnesium oxide. Then take some zinc granules in this conical flask. So this is conical flask. Here you if you observe some zinc granules that you have to take in one conical flask. Then you have to put some HCl or sulfuric acid. Here one it is HCl or any one acid you should put it into that zinc granules. Both now here you have zinc granules and sulfuric acid. So here you can observe evaporation of gas. You can get it here. So in this chemical reaction, while occurring the chemical reaction, what helps to determine whether a chemical reaction takes place or not? If you observe this also, what will happen? Then how do you know whether it is a chemical reactions takes place or not? So if you take a water, that it will be converted into a water vapor. Or if you take a ice, you keep it for a room temperature, it will become a water that you can see through your eyes. Then you can know that its state change its state. Then it will be a physical change. Here, how we will observe chemical reactions are taking place or not. One, it is change in its state. See here, if you observe that, then change in its color, then evolution of gas, here it will be absorbing. Then if you touch the conical flask, so you added a acid, no, so the temperature of this conical flask may be changed. So by using these four changes, you can know that there will be a chemical reaction taking place. So then what is chemical equation? We already said, no, short way of representing a chemical reaction. What is the process we had taken here? It is very difficult to write everything. We have to take magnesium ribbon. You have to expose into the air. Then you have to burn. You will collect a powder, white powder. That and all, it is not good way to write, or it is difficult to write. So that there is a short form we should write. So what we are doing is, we have to take a magnesium ribbon. It will be, what is happening? It will be exposed to, it will be react with oxygen. It forms a magnesium oxide. That it is simplest way to do this. Write the form of word equation. This is chemical equation. So the substance that undergo chemical change in the reaction. Magnesium and oxygen are the reactants, and a new substance, that is magnesium oxide, formed during the reaction as a product. So what we had right here is, that is reactants. So reactants we will write on the left hand side of the arrow. Product, what we are getting after reacting these two, magnesium and oxygen, we are getting a product. That is, we'll write it in the right hand side. This is, it will be left hand side of the arrow. So if you observe here, change in the reactants to products through form arrow placed between them. We should write the arrow between these two reactants and the products. So the reactants written on the left hand side, then product will be right on the right hand side. So how write it? We will write a chemical equation. It in this, so you have to use a symbol. So chemical equation represents a chemical reaction. That how magnesium will be represented as a Mg, oxygen will be represented, that above we written as a word form. Now it is a symbols. We should take chemical equation. O2 is oxygen, it gives rise to MgO, that is magnesium oxide. Then second topic it is, so if you observe above chemical equation and chemical reaction, they may ask what is chemical changes, how you will know the chemical changes occur in the reaction or not. How we should balance the chemical equation. So you have to know the simple tricks to balance the equation. Just you have to check both product side and reactant side, whether the atoms is number of atoms present in the reactant side and product side is balanced or not. You should check first. So if it is both the number of reactants and reactant side and number of atoms on the product side, if it will be same for all the atoms, then it will be balanced equation. If it is a difference in any one atom, then you should balance. That is not a balanced equation. How it will be happen, we should see. So Why we should balance? To equal the total mass of the elements present in the reactants and total mass of the elements present in the product side. So if you observe both the number of elements, the mass also it will be balanced for the both the sides. So here one reaction we should take zinc H2SO4, it gives to ZnSO4 plus H2. You have to, what I said, you have to write the name of the atoms first. What are the atoms present here? Zinc, then here it is hydrogen, then sulfur, then oxygen. Now you should write the number of atoms present in the reactant side. Number of atoms present in the reactant side is zinc is 1, product side is also 1. See, if you observe here, one atom at a reactant side, one atom at a product side. See, if you take a hydrogen here it is 2 atoms, hydrogen here it is a 2 atoms at product side. So it is now sulfur we have to take. Sulfur, there is only one atom at reactant side. What about product side? Product side is also 1. Here oxygen. Oxygen is number of atoms at reactant side is 4. Number of oxygens at product side is 4. Is there any balancing? We need to balance any atom. Is it same for both the sides? Then the number of atoms of each element is same at the both the sides. It will be same. It is equal at the both the sides. Then it will be a balanced chemical equation. Then let us try another chemical equation. Fe plus H2O, Fe3O4 plus H2. Reactant side, what are the elements present here? Product side also we have. So what we have to observe? So step 1. To balance this chemical equation, first you have to box for each formula. See, like this. So you should box the each atom. You should not, after balancing, you should not write inside the box number of atoms. If you balance, you should not write. So that first itself you should box all the atoms. Now list the number of atoms present in the elements to in the unbalanced equation. You should observe this. It is the unbalanced equation. Then you should write number of the elements present. You should write Fe it will be present. Then hydrogen it will be present. Then oxygen it is. Now you have to write number of atoms present in the reactant side. This side, left side of the arrow, that reactant side, Fe is 1 atom, hydrogen is 2 atom, oxygen is only 1 atom we have. Here if you observe, Fe is 3, hydrogen is 2, then oxygen is 4 atom. So it is often converted into balance the compound that contains maximum number of atoms. Where the to balance, we have to take where is the maximum number of atoms will be unbalanced. That is, if you take here only 2 atoms, if you hydrogen it is 2, it is same. Oxygen it is 3 atoms will be, we have to balance. So that we have to take first oxygen. So put another box, then take initially how many atoms oxygen, you are balancing the oxygen atom now. You have to take initially how many atoms present in the reactant side is 1. So how many atoms present in the product side is? So reactant side it will be present 1 oxygen, it will be H2O. Here product side Fe3O4, it contains 4 oxygen atoms. To balance, what we should do here, we have 4, we have to balance in the reactant side. That we should, what we have to do, multiply 1 with the 4. So now it will be multiply 4. So you have to take equation what you have first taken with by drawing a boxes for each formula. You should take that equation where we had balanced 4 multiplied is to the atom, that is H2O at the reactant side. That is important. You should now to equalize the oxygen atom. What you had done in this above, that you should write down 4 in front of the H2O. Not, you should not write here it is a 4. It is wrong. That's why we put a box for all the formulas. So what I said before, you should not write inside the box. So where we had balance, so that it should be right in front of this. Here we should write the number of atoms, what we had balance, what we had multiply here for oxygen. Now it is oxygen atoms will be 4. Then second, maximum number of atoms present in this. Now hydrogen will become a 8 here. 4 it will be belongs to hydrogen also. Now hydrogen will be 4 to the 8. 8 in H2O. We have to take atoms of hydrogen. Initially, how many we have here is, now it is 4 hydrogen atoms. So if you come to the product side, there is only 2 hydrogen atoms. Where we should balance is now product side. What we have to do here, we have 2 hydrogen atoms to become it will be 8. We have to again multiply 2 with the 4. Now 4 to the 8. So take write a equation what we had balanced before for oxygen, that equation you should write. So what we had done, where we are balancing the equation is here product side. You have to write this, how many number of hydrogen atoms we had multiplied here is 4. That you should write in the product side. Now hydrogen is 4 to the 8. Hydrogen is 4 to the 8. Hydrogen will be balanced. Oxygen we have here is 4. Oxygen for this year is 4. Now finally one, that is Fe, we have to examine above equation that the which is not balanced. Now you have to check this equation which element is not balanced. Now we should balance this Fe. So take now atoms of this iron. Initially how many number of atoms present in the reactant side is only one iron atom it will be present. If you observe this product side, number of iron atoms will be 3. 3 it is 3 Fe3O4. Now we do balance. Here we have already 3 atoms at the product side. Here only one atom at reactant side. You should multiply with 3. Now where we had done that you have to write down in the formula. So reactant side we had multiplied with the 3, that you should write here. Now you should equalize the number of atoms present in both the sides is correct or not. Here 3 iron atoms, 3 iron. Here we have 4 to the 8, 4 to the 8 hydrogen atoms. Oxygen we have 4. Here we have a 4. Finally, you should write the balanced chemical reaction is this one. So after checking what you had done above all these steps, whether it is correct or not, you should write the finally balanced chemical equation. Then you can know that the chemical reaction will be balanced. So you have to examine whether it is balanced or not. So if you take a chemical equation, so here what equation is more informative? Physical states of a reactants and product sites are mentioned along with their chemical formula. So if you observe here, the word aqueous written in the reactant side or product side is present as a solution in water. So if you take here, it is a, if you take here, it is down, it is whether aqueous solution. If we write here it is G. If we write gas, if we write here as, it is a solid. If we write AQ, if you write here it is a AQ, that is a product side. If you get it, that it will call it as a aqueous solution. Aqueous solutions means solution in water. If we take any of aqueous solution, we have to know. See here, glucose C6H12O6, the solution in a water that we should write here it as a aqueous solution. So here if we write CH3OH, so L we should write in the bracket, we should know that it is a liquid. So if you take CO carbon monoxide, it is a gas. If you take a H2, it is a gas that will represent here as a whether it is a gas, whether it is a aqueous solution, whether it is a liquid or whether it is a solid. So try to answer for this. Why should a magnesium ribbon be cleaned before burning in air? Write a balanced equation for the following chemical equation when hydrogen and chlorine reacts to form a hydrogen chloride. You have to take a equation with the symbols, then you have to try to balance the chemical equation by using above following steps. These three you try to answer, and if you don't know, you should please comment for the answers. Then write a balanced chemical equation with the state symbol for the following reaction. You should write the symbols and balanced chemical equations. The given solutions of barium chloride and sodium sulfate in a water react to give a insoluble barium sulfate and the solution of sodium chloride. You should write the chemical equation first, then you try to balance the equation. Another sodium hydroxide solution in water reacts with hydrochloric acid solution in water to produce sodium chloride solution and water. So please try to answer for these questions and comment on the comment section. I will give you the answers in the next class. Then remaining topics, types of chemical reactions and one simple topic that is oxidation, reduction and redox reaction we will see in the next session. So please follow the channel for more updates. Thank you for watching.